Right, welcome to Lake Sumbar in Croatia. It's August the 24th, I think it is. And yeah, first time in Croatia carp fishing. And first time at Lake Sumbar. Now we've got it booked on a lake exclusive. So I've got some teams from all around Oxfordshire and further beyond, and a couple of our Polish friends. We have taken over a week from my good mate Christoph Kudeman, and I'm really looking forward to this. It has been scorching today. I think setting up we hit temperatures of 37, 38 degrees. Not a breath of wind. The mozzies are really bad. Typical end of summer sort of weather really. But look, the lake is amazing. Lots of fish showing out there. There's been a few fish caught already. I think Paul's caught a 40-pound common. It's a couple of 30s, so it's lining up to be a good trip. So throughout the course of this little video, I will show you around the lake, show you some of the swims, hopefully show you some fish that we catch, and yeah, give you a few little tips and pointers if you're going to come out here as well. So very interesting lake, plenty big enough to get sort of 7 or 8 pairs of anglers round. Lots of interesting little bits. Nice reedy banks. So far there is nothing not to like. So it's having a second revival, this Sumbar. I think it was a bit of a fish kill a few years ago and it's been restocked, and the stocking of fish that were sort of 20s back then and now already 30s and 40s, and there's been some big fish coming back out, so starting to look a little bit more interesting again. To get here you have to drive. We did what most people do. We drove all the way from England down to the tunnel, crossed into France and Belgium, got into Germany, headed to the south of Germany and stayed overnight in a hotel, and got up the next day and drove on from Germany to the last sort of bit in Croatia. So yeah, sort of 2 days of driving. People do drive it all in one go. I wouldn't recommend that. Lots of people do. Lots of my mates do. It takes about 18, 19 hours, but it is a long way. So be prepared to sort of stay over. And yeah, I'm dead excited. It's always nice to go to a new venue. It's always nice to see a few carp crashing around. Just need one of them rods to go off now. So we're all knackered. We're all incredibly hot, but we're also all dead excited. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the team, some of the guys that I've come with, and hopefully you'll see lots of really big carp. So that's it for the first evening, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow with a big fat round Croatian mirror, hopefully. See you in a bit. So this is the camp. It's always a job to know where to put your bivvy when it's scorching hot. Under a few trees is always the best place, but I'm told we're going to get some horrific storms this week. 3 days of incredibly hot weather and then some really stormy weather. So we've made a little bit of a lean-to, a little bit of a tarp up, the wind can get underneath it. Gas fridge, absolute game changer. Dirty old bait boat, really good bait boat, the Gowie. Absolutely love that boat. I'm not a boat connoisseur, but it's a really good boat. A little walk down in the cav swim. Here we got Corder's finest, hiding behind his mozzie mesh, modelling a brand new Tempest bivvy.
It's not brand new.
It's not brand new. Sorry, it's nearly brand new. Yeah, lovely bivvy. It's going to spend a lot of time in there. This is cav swim. Supposed to be a good productive area, gives you access to the centre of the lake, so we're expecting a few bites at some point. Nothing yet, but we've not exactly had the rods out a long time yet, so just going to try and dodge the mozzies. But check this out, what a nice lake it is. We've got our bailiff friend Marty over there, Paul Currell and Nick Miles down to our right. Martin Few over the back. Pun and Terry over in the corner, probably drunk already, to be fair. Probably eating loads of food, been to the toilet 6 times and probably drunk, so they're living life to the max. Paul Newman and Billy over there, they've already had a few fish, they're doing well so far. Got off to a flyer, so. First bite of our session. Sitting there all a bit dooming, thinking God it's hot. Right. We've seen watching quite a few fish, haven't we, Cav?
Been alright, love. Been alright. Took a while, to get the bite. They weren't really on us, were they? Just sort of left and right and behind.
Gone well left. Yeah, and then it just melted, didn't it? Definitely a carp. Don't get a bite like that from a grassy. So yeah, we'll have a look in a minute. It's ridiculously hot now. Got to be 37, 38 already. So this could take a while. So we'll have a little look in a minute. Go then, first one, the calf, going back, £42. Top bombing lad, first Croatian carp, £42, can't be bad. Here we are in a little rig tying session in the afternoon. Now we're not tying loads and loads of rigs because we're getting loads and loads of carp. We're tying rigs because it's red hot. We're a little bit bored. Or Cav is anyway. So there is the contents of Cav's tackle box. Looks a bit of a mess, Cav, to be honest. But I'm sure that the end result will be well worth looking at. So I've got some tigers on soak. Loads of boilies, putting some through the chopper, which is probably a mistake. Lots and lots of whole ones, lots and lots of hydro liquids, big edge. Seems to be working for Cav so far. a little bit of an update then. What's today? We started fishing on Thursday, today is Saturday, so we've done pretty much like one full day and 2 part days. It's now Saturday afternoon and it's still unbelievably hot. I think it's 38 today, maybe 39. Everyone is struggling with the heat, but weirdly it's fishing okay, to be fair. Paul and Billy have had a few. You can probably see Paul's bait boat going out there in the distance. Cav's had a couple of fish. I've had the first one this morning. I've moved a little bit around the corner in between everyone because every time you hook a fish here at range, it's very easy to get wrapped up in each other's line. So I have moved this morning and I had a 32 straight away. I didn't get any footage of it. It was really hot and lovely long leather. Fought like an absolute animal. And yeah, I got off the mark. I've had a grassy and a tench. But yeah, our Polish friends opposite, they've done really well this morning. They've had quite a few carp. They're in a really good zone with a lot of fish on them. And I think as a group, most people have caught carp now, so it's all looking rather good. We're all getting sort of a bit of aggro from like grass carp and small fish, but this time of year I think it's inevitable. It doesn't seem to matter what you put on the end. You seem to get a few. You'll catch carp and then you'll catch grasses, so not a huge problem right now. So yeah, just got the old Gowie bait boat there on a solar charger, topping it up. I should think out where that boat is, it's probably, I say 38, 39 degrees today. Sweat's just beading off me. So I'm doing a bit of bait prep and a bit of rig prep, so I will show you what we're using. And yeah, let's take a quick peek. There you go, a little look at the bucket of bait. Nice and simple fishing this time of year. I've been saving up all of the overs and all the offcuts, the herb shelf lives, 12, 15, 20 mil. I brought some 20 mil herb as well, thinking that the little fish could be a bit of an issue. So yeah, using loads of boilies, brought 60 kilos of boilies. That's a lot of boilies for me, but I have no doubt we're going to go through them because obviously the carp are not the only things that are eating them. On the right there you can see, I'll just pan around slightly. Got some 20 mil herb wafters. Got some 20 mil Arduck baits. Got some deep sea pop-ups. Got some sting pop-ups. Lots of herb wafters. That's been doing a few bites. I think the guys have been catching on quite a few things, to be fair. There's been a few caught on tigers. There's been a few caught on pop-ups. I brought out the new Sting Pinks and they've been really popular. I think Paul and Bill told me that the majority of their fish the last 24 hours have been on them, so that's a good sign. So yeah, all looking pretty good. Ridiculously hot. Got some bait prepped. You can see I've got some proper rig stuff going on here. It's a bit of a mess, but it's how it should be, isn't it, when you're on a week away. So yeah, just need it to cool down. We've got some big storms coming. Hopefully it will sort the fishing out. Right then, a little look at what rigs we're using. I've noticed that everyone around the lake is using something a little bit different. All seems to be working, so I don't think that the rig side of things is a huge issue. I've caught on solid bags so far this morning. I think Cav's caught on bottom baits, Cav's caught on solid bags. Paul is catching on pop-ups. So the one thing that we've noticed is that certain things definitely catch the wrong species. So slowly but surely we're tending to use much simpler, sort of bigger rigs really to try and get around catching those small fish. Although Cav has just wound in a 3-pound bream on a 20 mil Arducker. So maybe this is all pointless, but just in case anyone does want to know what we're using. Very strong main line, 15, 17, 18 pound. You're generally taking it out of a bait boat here or a rowing boat because you need to get to the range. I'm just using a great big long length of lead core. I've got a bead that can slide fairly easily up and down. case anything goes wrong. I've got a heli-safe system on the end to a 3.5 ounce lead, because I'm using anything between 3.5 and 5 ounce leads because I'm sort of dropping it out of range. I want it to stay anchored. The bottom is clay, it tends to plug in a little bit. There's a bit of silt in places and other places are quite firm. And I've actually ended up with just a very simple 30-pound dark matter braided rig with a little bit of putty in the middle and a size 4, that's a 1/4 wide gape. I use a very specific hook for the majority of my fishing, and I probably will end up using them as well, but I quite like the way this wide gape 4 is sitting. And like I say, I'm generally putting like a wafter or a bottom bait or something on there, and attaching a little bag of like 3 or 4 hole boilies. That is definitely an important thing here. There's so many little silverfish in there, you definitely need to have something around your hook, and having 3 or 4 of those sort of bigger boilies, excuse me as the lorry goes past, 3 or 4 of sort of bigger boilies around your hook bait definitely seems to get more bites. I'm assuming that's because the small fish can't move, then the carp come down to pick them up and there's your hook bait. So real sort of simple stuff, brutally strong, with the marginal weeds and stuff. There's no room for sort of fishing fine UK setups. They would work here, I have no doubt. You could come over here with 12-pound mono and solid bags and stuff and you'd probably do okay. But it's the summer now and it's, you know, you need sort of fish quite big and tough. So yeah, nice and simple, nice and strong. We're doing our best to dodge the heat and get a few bites. And hopefully some better fish will come our way. Now, weirdly, the bite time here does seem to be in the middle of the day, when anywhere else in the world you'd be winding in and calling it a day, but it does seem to be really good here. It's very quiet first thing in the morning, the sun comes out, the fish get active, and then there's bites to be had, and there seems to be another spell in the evening, so we're making the most of it until this weather turns tomorrow or the day after, and we'll just keep plodding along. But yeah, just drinking lots and lots of water, dodging the sun, and getting everything ready for the cooler weather. Let's hope it comes soon. Look at it. Yeah, it's Cav with a nice fish. What'd you have that one on, Cav?
That was on a herb wafter.
I'll be reckon. Upper 30?
Yeah, thereabouts, I think.
Starting to get a few bites now, mate, aren't we?
Happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good size.
Wow, good morning. Having a bit of a mad morning so far. Getting lots and lots of bites today. A grassy, a couple of mirrors. This is the better one out of the bunch. Chunky, chunky mid 30. Have a quick look because he's in a bad mood. Not a scale on it. Typical sort of Sumbar carp, really. Probably about an average size now, I should think. I'd say it was about 35, something like that. Good old herb wafter seems to be getting the majority of the bites. Oh, come on, fish, give it up. They are so strong. There you go. Let's get him back. Let's try and catch a bigger one. Probably due one about now. Happy days. Jesus, the water in here is a little bit warm for my liking. Quick look. There you go. A troublemaker. Looks like a mid 30. Quite a dense fish. Unfortunately took out Cav, who stood behind the camera swearing. Let's get this one back. I'll show you a couple more. Just had a triple take, well, sort of. I think when it was full of spawn, that'd have been mid 40. There you go. My man Cav's just bagged a nice one. How big was it, Cav?
Just over 47.
47, and what was that one on?
That was on a 20mm 20mm squid wafter.
20mm squid wafter. Part of a double take. Lovely, clean fish, ain't they? Fight like stink.
Machines.
That'd have been a 50 a few weeks back, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Well done, that man. Top angling, bro. Cow's other part of his brace this morning. He's on fire. Look up. We haven't weighed it, but I'm guessing that's mid-30s all day long, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, buddy.
Quite a chunky, wasn't it? Fought like an absolute swine, didn't it, mate?
Did pull, bro. Did pull.
2 takes at once. It is good fishing here when it's good. That is a sure fact, mate.
100%.
Let's get back and get some more.
Yeah,
Top angling, buddy.
Good man, man.
Well, a bit of a morning update then. So here we are, like 4 days into the trip. We have written off Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday to the fact that it was just so unbearably hot. I think we hit 39 degrees one of the days. It was still 30 degrees at night time, not a breath of wind. And yeah, we caught really well. These Sumbar fish, they definitely like the heat. There's no doubt about it that I dare say it's probably going to be rubbish when we think the conditions are good, like what's coming next, sort of rain and low pressure. I bet you the fishing slows up a little bit because yesterday was ridiculously hot and we were getting loads and loads of bites. So yeah, bit of an update. Yeah, we've been catching quite a few. My fishing has actually been a bit slower today for whatever reason. But the fishing around the lake has been really good. So I think Terry Newman's caught quite a few. Paul and Billy that are on the point, they've caught a few. Cal's been getting a few. Nick, Miles and Paul Currell sort of along from us. They've done all right. They've had a big grassy and some nice carp. Marty and Bill over on the point, I think they've caught as well. And interestingly, the Polish guys that are opposite us, Lucas and his friends and family, they caught really well the day before, and yesterday their fishing was a lot slower. I think a lot of the fish crept over to our side of the lake. So yeah, we've been getting plenty of bites, all good. There's been quite a few 40s caught now, several 50s up to, I believe, 57. Bill's had a 57, Paul's had a 56, Martin Fuse had a 51. So we're just getting to sort of the good time now. We're all getting our spots established, loads of bait. Absolutely key here, loads and loads of bait. If you put out loads of things like maize, pellets, you will get plagued by catfish, grass carp, bream, tench. I don't think that's the way to go. I learnt pretty quickly that it's all about the boilie fishing here, so I'm going through rakes and rakes of 15 and 20mm boilies. I've had a few technical issues with the old bait boat. It seems to be one hopper down at the moment, so I've only got one side of my bait boat, so I can only put in half the amount of bait. But getting the bait out there is clearly key. If you can keep towing your bait out there, it's really long range fishing, which is dead boring, to be honest. You can't really fish, can't cast it, it's just too far. But that's where you need to be fishing, so that is where you must fish. So yeah, it's all going really well. I definitely think that a big one is on the cards. I've been sort of fine tuning the rigs, putting bigger hook baits on to get around the nuisance species, and I feel like I'm edging a little bit closer to getting something better. The 30s here pull your arm off. I think the average size is well over 30. They're all immaculate. My phone's ringing. We'll call him back, he's just caught a big UK carp. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyable, and today, for the first time, there is a breeze, the weather is bearable, and it is much more enjoyable to be out. I've even sat and read a bit of a book this morning, so lots to play for. We've still got 5 or 6 nights ahead of us. I think a big one is probably just around the corner. Tuesday morning, Cav's having some full-on carnage this morning. And picks up on Cav 47.
Yeah, £47, buddy. Yep.
That'd be £50 before spawning, wouldn't it? They're all so lean. Lovely fish, though. How many is that this morning, Cav? 3 or 4?
4.
4?
Always 1 full bites. Biggest of.
So Cav, you've got a bait boat in your hand. This is the first time I've ever seen you with a bait boat. How do you feel about that?
Like a cheap whore.
Yeah?
Massively. It's cheating, isn't it? There's no skill involved. Anyone could pick one of these up. And yeah, there's nothing, is it? Come on. What's it about?
Well, it's not ideal, is it?
Look, it's got an echo sound. It tells you where the fish are. You just drive it out and then you drop it.
Yeah.
And you reel in a fish.
What about drones? Do we draw the line with drones?
No, drones are perfectly fine.
Okay, so flying a drone is okay.
Yeah.
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 So walking around the lake, flying a drone, working out where all the fish are, and
Yeah.
then going and fishing
Set
from
up
it
on
that's fine.
Absolutely fine.
Okay, we got a boat down here, rowing boat. What about rowing your rigs out and dropping them?
Yeah,
is this,
that's fine.
That is also
That's
fine.
Absolutely fine. 'Cause you wouldn't just drop them blind, would you? There's a bit of work that is involved in that.
But using
Using a toy boat,
using
HMS Nod.
HMS Handcraft.
HMS don't count.
Okay. So what we're saying is we've caught 100 carp between us, but not one of them counts.
Nah.
Should we start fishing the edge with a catapult?
None of these going on Instagram. None. Not polluting my Instagram story with cheap fish.
So if we fish the edge over the module shop with a catapult and some pellets and catch one, does that count?
100%.
Okay, that's what we're going to do next then, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll go and get the catapult.
Okay, let's start spraying some pellet. Tell you what, Gav, all jokes aside, man, I'm not mugging these off, but these things are the bollocks. Literally are the bollocks. They're good. You know what? It's got a sonar. I'm seeing my humps and bumps. As soon as I get home, I'm buying one. Don't even care. Massive, massive edge.
That's you done then, boy, innit?
You got home.
Yeah? All them shitty mozzies?
Yeah.
I reckon there's time for big ones as well, yeah.
That is a man walking around who has just annihilated his PB.
I'm thinking we need dark on dark or light on dark.
Yeah. He's only gone and landed a 70-pounder. It's a nice one as well. Well done, Mr. Carroll. That's a result, buddy.
Yeah, you got dark on dark there.
We're doing them all there anyway, and then buckets.
Look, mate.
All
Bussing for him. I'm fucking shaking more than you, I reckon.
the lads have assembled.
Biggest I've seen on the bank is 68.
Oh, we did say today a big one was due, didn't we? So that is a result.
Around the coral.
Beautiful.
There you go, son.
Well done, mate.
Open your prize.
That is pretty incredible. Here we are round in pool swim. The screen went up, he'd got a big common. And he definitely has.
Yeah, big it is.
Oh my word.
Oh, look at that. Man, go on, City.
Imagine that was like
Go on, boys.
Oh my god.
That has to be one of the big uns.
Got to be in it.
It's immaculate as well, isn't it?
Keep them top.
Size of that. Rudder, mate.
Right, we need someone to help him actually get it into his arms.
Yeah, man.
So
He's a strong lad, he lifts tiles all day long, he'll be fine.
which is fins, yeah. Fins. Yeah, and you've got to get the forearms underneath. Go lift it, you get your forearm.
Roll it back.
See if you can get round there.
They're just filming. I'm trying not to swear, but all of us are struggling not to swear. Look at it. How big was it? Just over 70?
I think it's on the nose.
70?
70 on the nose.
Right, get out a shot.
Oh, well done, mate. Oh, look at that.
The swans have come to look.
Well done, mate.
Right, give it a they're really good.
Hold on.
Hold
He's an absolute beast.
That is awesome.
That's perfect. Lads, that heavy at all.
Wouldn't tell it from your face, bud. Don't look
Lay it down.
Want to put it down for a bit?
No, he's alright, he's alright.
Mate, that is impressive. Well done, Paul. That is a result. Oh, mate, that is impressive.
What a fish. Well done, mate.
Well done. That lights your fire, doesn't it?
God bless the herb, eh, Paul?
God bless the herb.
Where's the family coming out, Gav?
I'm freighting.
We need more.
I'm freighting it across. We have gone through a ridiculous amount of bait.
Wow. Stay there, bro.
Well, what a difference 24 hours can make. So here we are on, what is it, Wednesday today, and the weather was predicted to turn through our trip, and that's exactly what has happened. Yesterday afternoon we had a big storm, and then it dried out, and then it's rained pretty much all through the night, and today I think we're going to get wet all day. I'm already on my third set of clothes this morning, and yeah, it was a productive night after a real quiet 24 hours for me, where everyone else seemed to be catching and I didn't. It's really sort of turned around, and I think I had 4 bites last night. First one was the biggest one of the trip, just over 51. Came in the worst point of the weather. Absolutely drenched. But thank God, Paul and Billy, who were fishing along to my left, Bill had caught a lovely 52-pound mirror at the same time, so we had people around to help. We didn't get any footage of it because it was so wet the cameras would have died, and in the end we ended up taking a photograph out of my van with Paul's camera. So we did manage to get a photograph, which was good. Had a few more bites through the night, nice steady fishing, and as you can see and probably hear, it is lashing down. Now interestingly, if you look out to the right, you can see the steam rising off the water. The water temperature yesterday on everyone's boats, and when you put your hand in, was 29 degrees Celsius. And I will back that up, because when I got in last night to cradle that 50-pounder, it was literally like bath water. And this water will steam now for days if the rain keeps pummeling it, because it is so ridiculously warm. I think if that was back in the UK, the fish would probably be struggling, to be fair, but I guess these carp are obviously used to it. It is definitely the warmest water I've ever put my hand in. So yeah, interesting, and they seem to want to feed. So I was out there playing one a minute ago, only a small one, 20-pounder. Got drenched again, and I saw a few fish showing really short, and I mean sort of 60-70 metres out. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. But yeah, it's all good. We're going to try and stay dry. That's obviously going to be impossible today. I've gone through my waterproofs. My waders have got water inside them, so I'm in a bit of a mess today. But we'll keep plodding on, keep that bait going out there. That's clearly the key. Even though I didn't really catch anything for 24 hours, I kept resetting the traps, putting some fresh bait out there, and it really seemed to pay off last night. So I think I'm going to do the same again tonight. I'm going to go and charge the boat to make sure I've got battery life this evening. I need to have a shower, try and dry some of my stuff out, and get ready to go again. But there's loads of fish being caught around the lake. Martin Hughes just had another nice one on up at 40. Bruce, who's next to me, he's had some lovely fish to 52. Billy and Paul on the point have done really well again yesterday. Cav had a good day yesterday. Paul Karolov's had that massive 70-pounder, the highlight of the trip so far. Absolutely loving it now, really starting to get in the groove. So let's hope for another few big ones. Really good morning. The weather's turned and the fishing's been pretty good for me after 24 hours of absolutely diddly. Had loads of fish through the night, getting loads of bites this morning. This one, lovely, up a 40, 48. Really starting to get amongst them now. Pulled like a train, this fish. Look at the size of the fins on it, absolutely ridiculous. Another one on a herb wafter. Lots of test bait in the mix with this one. Starting to have a play around with that now. See, he doesn't, clearly doesn't do any harm, so I think I'm going to get another one in a minute as well. So yeah, 51, 48, some 30s, 20s. Absolutely loving life right now. Let's get it back. So getting a few bites now, and the average is definitely going up and keeping the bait going in, and it's been working really well. And this one was, I think, 56.
Yeah, 56 an ounces, mate.
56. £56. Like a giant bream, a very heavy bream. Look at that, absolute brute of a fish. Now, what I have inside here is not everyone's cup of tea, but this needs to be seen because we get played by grass carp here at Sumbar, and they range from very small, £10, and some of them are huge. I believe there's been a £69 caught today. Well, this one is the biggest one I've ever caught. Doesn't fit in the mat. It's probably going to beat the daylights out of me, but I am going to show you briefly. This is a 62.5 grassy, and it is nothing short of incredible. It's just a little bit moody. We're going to have a quick look. If I can get hold of it. Here we go. Only fits in the frame just. 62.5 pound grassy. My God, it's incredible, isn't it? This one fought really hard. They're a bit nervous on the bank, so I'm not going to keep him for any more photographs. We've got a bit of footage. Isn't that incredible? 62.8 PB grassy.
We are in. How did I? Oh, it's a good one.
There we go then, the result of that bite you just saw, well, turned into 2 bites. £30 common in that one. Looks like a £30 mirror in that one. Double take carnage. Cow's had a triple take this morning. God knows how many bites we've already had. It is going off. Happy days. What's going on this morning, Cav?
Lots of bites, mate. Loads of bites. Ridiculous bites. 2 triple takes. Busy night during Hurricane Bob. Marley. Loads of bites.
What's occurring, Paul?
Slowed up mine, my swim beat. Trawling in the beginning, they've moved off me.
I think everyone's had days like that, haven't they?
But I'm going to catch a bigger.
Yeah. There's still lots to play for. Is today Thursday?
Positive.
Today's Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
All I want is one big one.
Just can't
Real
keep
big.
any rods in the water today. Going to go down to 2 because 3 is carnage. I'm sick of running up here and playing all the Cavs fish for him because he's too tired to play his own.
Brilliant.
It's been a busy 24 hours, isn't it, boys? We got absolutely battered by a storm. We must have had 3 inches of rain.
Easy answer.
Easily, maybe 4 inches of rain.
Some, I'd say.
Absolutely horrific, wasn't it? Cav's got no rods in the water.
He took in the net.
What looks like a good upper 30 in there. And maybe another one in there. One of them might even be 40, don't know. They look a little bit on the lean side, so. Right, a brief Thursday morning update then. Everyone's knackered. Everyone's knackered because everyone's been getting lots of bites. Yeah, storm from hell. Talk about that last night. So went to bed. It was a nice warm dry evening. We had a very wet day yesterday, and I was still awake watching a film. Got a take, which I actually lost. First one I sort of lost in a proper snag, and got the rods back out, and we could hear this storm coming. Not so much thunder and lightning, but just heavy rain. And it rained and rained and rained and rained. It was horrific. Yeah, so we're all battening down the hatches. A few people caught in that rain. A few people got drenched. I think Cav hasn't got any pants left because he's soiled them all. And so this morning we got back up and reset the traps. And do you know what? It has been impossible to keep a rod in the water. This is the longest that the rods have remained remotely quiet. So the fish clearly enjoyed the rain, and now that it's warm and sort of humid again, I think it's going to be quite a few bites. Cav had 2 double takes, triple takes this morning. I've had a couple of double takes and it has been absolute carnage. So it's a case today of tidying everything up. There's slugs everywhere. Eat some decent food, have a drink because it's going to be warm, and have a shower and sort my life out. So the fishing is so prolific here at times. It is so good when it's good. Everyone's had quiet days. They've had little periods where they haven't been on them and the bobbins haven't moved. I went through a whole 24-hour period without a bite, and then you make up for it. And then you have to, you know, when the fish are on you, have to keep going. You have to keep putting a bit of bait out. And yeah, it's starting to really get amongst them now. So could do with Cav catching a real big one. He's had quite a few 40s, but not a 50 yet. Not that that really matters. I think Billy's had another 50 this morning. We've had some huge grass carp, as you've seen, and everyone is getting bites. So a very prolific lake and really good fun. I'd say that the average size of fish so far has been probably 30 to 35. They're all very spawn out at the moment, so a lot of those fish will be 40, I dare say, come next spring, the way that they grow in here. So it is a multiple sort of 40s water if you come here at the right time, with a lot of 50s and quite a few 60s and 70s. So grass carp are a pain, not going to lie. We've had quite a few grass carp between us, and they wipe out your tackle and they go through all your lines, and they're just a pain really. There's far too many of them in here, but I guess they put them in for a reason. So and they are quite impressive when they're over 60 pound. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm absolutely knackered, gagging for a shower, but I've got to keep them rods going in because obviously there's a chance of a real good one at some point this morning.
Someone say something, please. It's dead quiet around here.
Is it small?
I'm waiting for Gav's intro to the movie.
Well, there's no intro to the movie.
Welcome to Lake Sumbar.
Nice Gav, that mate.
Nice PB Coleman 61.
Well Lovely
mate.
job.
Well done, mate.
Surprisingly easy to hold, unlike some of them.
You've built your muscles up,
Right.
mate, ready
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
I've been doing training all week.
Been training.
Urban. Got it?
One more.
Testicles.
Well done, Gav. Well done, boss.
Just come around to see my mate Paul on the point, who's to my left. They've been catching quite a few fish this week. And sure enough, he's got another one on the go. We're about to nip one, pearl one, and go round 3 rods 6 times. Round some weed, under another one, round a corner. But it's definitely another carp. Looks like another 30 pounder. Just adjust that slightly. They done half scrap, didn't they, Paul?
Well, deep in the margins, isn't it? This one's definitely putting a good account for itself.
They do scrap these fish. I would certainly say I put them up there with some of the best scrap. I've got to say it is very deep, like Paul just said. You get a really, really good fight off of a 38, 39 stroke 40 pounder. They really do scrap. It's some big, long, sort of spawned out leathery fish. They really fight. I would actually say the bigger fish come in slightly easier. Obviously they're just a dead weight, but these guys on this point, and this is probably the most famous swim on the lake, I would have thought. They got off to an absolute flyer. They caught really well from the off. You had quite a day yesterday, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, yesterday was probably my quietest day. It seems to have picked up this morning for me now.
It's been so good for everyone today. The fishing all around the lake. Nick Miles, Paul Currell, Cal's been getting triple takes, Martin Few's catching. I've just been round to see them. He caught one, looks like 40 pounder. Bruce has been catching. Lucas and his guys over in the middle of the lake, they've had a slower couple of days, but they did really well at the beginning. So the fish clearly do move round. Terry and Pun are catching quite a few now, so. And this one looks like.
She's ready at last. Come on.
Yeah, well done, mate. Never in doubt.
No.
Ah! The curse of the camera.
Jump the net.
Something like,
It's proper battering me, Cav.
we can edit that out, Paul. It's fine.
It's not even that big. Well, it might be a 40 if I'm lucky.
So good 30.
This time, if we're lucky. Come on.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Hey.
There you go, another nice one for Paul. Certainly a good 30. Move it around the old point swim, the most famous swim. Let's have a quick look while Paul's sorting it out. Good swim this, you just get loads of shade. You can see Bill's bivvy over there. Got their cook tent. Yeah, it's a real good swim. You're sticking out on like a peninsula. Puts you a bit further out in the lake. It's Paul's bivvy. It's all been mowed. It's been really, honestly, it's so tidy here. The guys that look after the lake do a really good job. Haven't seen one rat or one mouse all week. There are none. So haven't seen any wild pigs either. Let's have a little look around the lake. Excuse my unsteady hand. That's me and Cav. You can see our boat sticking out in sort of centre of the shot there. Cav's there, I'm slightly this way of that. Down there is Nick Miles, Paul Currell. They've done really well the last 2 days, they've smashed it. And then you've got like a big no-go bank. And then you're looking across to the other point over there, where Marty and Bill are. They've been ticking a few out. Not as productive over there this week, but again, that is generally renowned for being a flyer. And then we've got Martin Few over there with Bruce. I think Martin's over there naked. Bruce's swim. And then you've got Lucas and Monica over there. And then we come around to Pun and Terry that doubled up in the bay. But back to more pressing things.
Told you.
How big was that one then, Paul?
41.
41.
Number 8 of the trip, this one.
8th 40. Very pale one, that one, isn't it? Almost
It's a pale
see-through.
one. Yeah. Bill had a really nice one this morning, actually. Different colour.
So lots of 30s, 8 40s, and you've had a couple of 50s, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple of 50s. I've actually only had 4 fish under £30.
So your average size has been pretty good.
Yeah, 8 40s. This is number 8. 2 50s. And that one. One more look at him.
Lovely. They're all clean, aren't they? Immaculately clean. 40s for fun. We're all becoming blasé about 40s, but that is a lovely, big, immaculately clean, hard fighting fish. Well done, mate.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of guys on the trip flipping these back, isn't there? Thinking they're mid-30s when really.
Well, we shouldn't be flipping back 40s, but
No.
let's go catch a bigger one though, yeah?
Yeah, I'd love a 60. I'm not going to lie.
So here we are down in Paul Currell and Nick Miles' swim. Have a little walk around. I like this swim. Get a nice bit of shade under all the trees, nice grassy banks, and you get to look out on a real nice piece of the lake. I won't look I'll have a quick look inside there, Biv. You never know. Might be, get rid of all the poor mags. This is Nick's. These lads are actually going off onto another adventure back. Abby, what do you think of this place then so far then?
Absolutely mental. Yeah, crazy. Can't keep a rod in the water.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
I've been on pest control for the main man here, I'm afraid. But
Well, someone had to catch a big one, didn't they? Obviously we've seen that one. It's a
Yeah, but
massive fish.
definitely come back. This
Yeah.
place. In
When
2
it's
Unbelievable
prolific,
place.
it's prolific, isn't
it's
it? When it
amazing.
goes off.
You just can't.
Did
You
you-
can't keep up.
Do you say you've had 50 carp so far?
yeah,
Nearly 60 carp.
50, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I've
So-
had 20, but a big one.
Now they often call this this swim is often referred to as no carp corner, which is quite ironic.
Mate, there ain't no
Because
should be caught.
I'll show you a quick. There's like just move this camera around a bit. There's a no-go bank there, so that's like the side of the lake, and it's quite a long way from here. You do get a massive chunk of water, and Nick's been battering them down here. Or where that fish just jumped. Is that the spot?
It's one of them.
Is it? Yeah, I really like this swim. It grew on me as well. I think it's one of those swims that's going to produce quite a few. So I don't think you're going to catch this many where you're going back in France, but at least it is on the way home.
No, I need a chill and a rest, mate.
Well, maybe just one big one, eh?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah,
pass it on
it's
this
eluded
time,
me here, so maybe at Attila.
You've still got another few hours yet, mate.
A
so
few
you never
hours,
know.
yeah, and anything can happen on this place.
What's the biggest you've caught then, Nick?
Just under 50.
Quite a few 40s and lots of 30s.
40s, loads of 30s, just flipping them back. It's just got too much.
And how much bait have you gone through?
60 kilo.
60 kilos.
Yeah.
Sounds like loads, doesn't it? Here, it's nothing, is it?
That's just
No, not
that's
at
just
all.
boiling. We've
You
got
could double that and still run out.
we went
Yeah.
through, we've gone through 60 kilo tigers and 60 kilo. Well, I've gone through 60 kilo tigers and 60 kilo boiling.
Yeah.
And Paul's not
But
far
I
off.
think
Yeah,
all
but
of us are literally going home
40
with
plus.
nothing.
Oh, the
Yeah,
van's a lot lighter
40,
on the way.
50 kilo
back there.
tigers.
Yeah.
In comparison,
Yeah.
I've got 10 kilo of boilie left to take to Attila.
As I was saying,
You've got to
to
use them
Mark
very
earlier,
sparingly
I reckon
when you
you've
get
got
that.
to average
I need to
15
know a good
kilo
man.
boilie a day.
I need to know a good man who makes some bait somewhere. I don't know where it
Yeah,
is.
I don't know where you'll find that, mate, to be honest. But so you've all enjoyed the trip so far, and you're definitely going to come back and have another go at some
It's been
point.
amazing, mate. And
100%.
thank
Got a
you to
PB's
yourself.
break.
Oh, no,
Thank you to
thoroughly
yourself.
enjoyed it, lads.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully-
all the boys as well. Cracking set of lads.
Cracking lads.
Yeah, I think
Cracking lads.
that's a good thing about the lake, isn't it? It's where you're all spread out, and I
Yeah.
think that you know, you all get your own bit of water.
Yeah.
You have days when you're on them, and then days when you're not.
That's it. It's been
To be
quiet
honest,
at the
it's
minute.
been perfectly done.
This
Yeah.
has been quiet, and
Perfectly done.
this is
our
probably the
quietest day.
this is
Yeah.
our quietest day so far.
Yeah.
I just had another 32. That's 6 of the last 7 fish, 32 pounds.
But a really nice swim, isn't it? I like this swim.
It's cracking swim, mate. Yeah.
I think it's actually one of the better swims on the lake. As in, you know,
So
In a
much-
little spot in the corner as well. Last peg.
yeah.
So much so for the higher temperatures earlier in the week, we had the shade. Obviously, it didn't stop me having to go off to a hotel for the night, but it was still nice to have our billies in the shade, mate, isn't it?
Well, a few more hours, and lads.
Yeah.
Let's catch another 70-pounder, yeah?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope so. Right.
Lovely, foggy, chilly, autumnal morning at Sumbar. Getting towards the end of our trip now, so starting to sort of tidy everything up. We've got like 2 more nights now. Looks like today's going to be a nice day, but it's been a real foggy morning. Can't see any further than about 50 yards out. Just had a nice steady take and another nice 47-pound common, so let's whip that out and have a little look. What a lovely morning, and what a lovely wake-up call. Nice early morning wake-up call then. Beautiful Sumbar common. Fish are really nice in here, really nice. Excuse me, looking a bit ropey this morning. Lovely. 47-pound common. Scrap like a demon on a rod that's been out there all night. Gonna get a few more this morning, I think. It's always good here in the morning, so let's get this rod back out. Caught loads of fish now, absolutely loads. It's been absolutely brilliant. There you go, 47-pound common. Happy days. Right, welcome to Friday morning. And probably notice I'm in a slightly different area because I've moved this morning. I've been eyeing up this bit all week. And Nick Miles was fishing in a couple of swims that way, but fishing into this bit of water. And it left this corner of the lake with no lines in it whatsoever. And I knew there was a lot of fish in here, and I walked in here this morning. I got wiped out by Paul by mistake, and I knew I needed to move. So for my last couple of evenings, I'm moving down to the very corner of this little lake, tiny little swim. You wouldn't think to look in it. It's my type of swim, to be honest. And flicked one rod out at some bubbles, and the first bite on a solid bag was a 48. So let's have another quick look. 48 pounder on a cast solid bag, a load of bubbles, just like fishing in the UK. I reckon there's a bigger one down here, so let's get this one back and go for another one, see if I can get a second rod out. It's going to be a fun last 2 evenings, I think. So, really kicking off now. Only been in the swim minutes. And this one's 44, it's a brace of 40s. In 10 minutes, casting little solid bags. I like it here at Sumbar, great fun. Let's go get a bigger one.
Right, well, this afternoon the bite sort of dried up by 2 o'clock-ish. It's been a real steady morning, constant action, then literally like a switch it died. So I gave it a few hours, reeled in, had a quick tactical change, went out from the big hook baits, went back onto the 12 millers. And yeah, didn't take long, in half an hour, the middle rod was ticking away. And yeah, biggest fish for me so far. Just over 64 pounds, 64.2. 13 odd 40s, God knows how many 30s, and finally one of the big girls decided to trip up for me. Happy days.
Right, well, you join us on what is probably going to be the last evening of our trip here to Sumbar. Now, I hope you haven't been too bored by seeing loads and loads of fish throughout this session, but there has been some amazing fish caught. There's a lot of talk about the stock of Sumbar and what is in there today. Well, I can tell you firsthand that as of now, you know, we're in September, that the lake is chocker with fish. There must be thousands and thousands and thousands. We haven't run the tally up of what everyone has caught yet, but it has to be over 300 fish. It might end up near 400. The average size of fish, well over 30 pound. They're all young fish, they're immaculate, their mouths are perfect. All this talk about them all having funny faces and stuff, I literally haven't seen one with a damaged mouth yet. So the stock is obviously very, very big. There's lots of 30s and 40s. There's been lots of 50s caught between all of us. If you tally them all up, I don't know how many yet. Like I say, there's been quite a few 60s and the one 70 pounder that Paul Currell caught, an absolutely incredible common, which I'm told is a old original fish. So in the fish kill from the past, they certainly didn't all perish. We've seen quite a few old fish throughout the course of this trip. So if you want to come to Sumbar, then you really must come. You know, it is a venue that I will definitely be booking again. The new generation of fish they put in, they're growing 5–10 pound a year. If we caught the same amount of fish next April, the amount of 40s we would have caught would have been literally ridiculous. We have been turfing back 38s, 39s and 40s with no photographs because we've caught so many. So the stock is absolutely incredible. If you're a grass carp lover, this is a great venue. There are huge grass carp in this venue. I've had a 62, Cav's had a 57, Punner had a 59. We've seen a 69 to Bruce over on the far side. So if you like the grasses and you like the big ones, then there are loads of them in here and they're huge. Yes, there are some small ones, and yes, they are a pain at times, but they're not too bad. You know, we've all probably caught 5, 6, 7, some of us have caught 10 of them. But it's not like you can't fish through them. It's not that bad at all. Let's talk about bait then. Now, I brought 60 kilos, I think it was in total. And 60 kilos to me is a lot of bait, considering I'm the sort of guy that goes with a kilo of boilies and makes that last for a weekend normally. This is a venue where you need lots and lots of bait. Now, like I say, here we are, August into September. Every single one of us will be leaving here with nothing. No particles, no pellet, no boilies. Some of them took 60, 70 kg. We're all going home empty-handed. And to be honest, if I did another 10-day trip and it was this time of year, I'd probably want 90 kilos of boilies, maybe even 100. Now, I can't believe I'm saying that, but it is true. There are so many mouths to feed out there, and the more that we put that boat out there, we've got the throwing stick out, and the more bait we got in, the faster the bites come. And we've been getting triple takes. So they're clearly hungry fish. There's lots of them out there, and you do need to feed them. Hook bait choice. I have no doubt in my mind, if you use small hook baits, you will catch more fish, but you run the risk of catching the wrong fish. So when we were getting really busy periods, I was going up to much bigger hook baits, 20mm bottom baits, 20mm wafters, and that definitely caught more carp and less nuisance fish. So you do need to bring sort of an array of hook baits with you. Now I'm sure if you came in the spring or in the winter, you'd probably need small hook baits and all sort of bright colours. I haven't done that well on pop-ups this week, because I was trying to avoid other species. Now some of the other guys, Paul Newman and Billy, they've done really well on sting pink pop-ups and deep sea whites, absolutely smashed them. So has Martin Few over in the bay over the other side. He told me that a lot of his fish came from pop-ups. Mine didn't, but the lake bed is very, very clean, very, very barren, and you can fish bottom bait. So I kind of stuck to that route to try and keep away from them other species. Like I said, this is a great venue. I will be booking this again. I will definitely be booking it, and I'd like to thank Christoph Kuderman for sorting out this trip and letting us have his week that he would normally have. So we'll be booking through or working with Christoph again in the future. So if you don't see anything from me from now on, it's because we've had a nice quiet evening and we're going to say leave a day early. If I catch anything special in the next 12 hours, I will show you. It would be nice to close on another 40-pounder. So, and I think there's a distinct possibility of that. So absolutely mega trip, really enjoyed it, even though it was 40 degrees odd when we got here and, you know, almost unbearable. The trip has ended incredibly well. We've had rain, hail, thunder, and it is probably one of the best venues I've been to. So if you are looking for a good venue in Croatia, you want to spread your wings a little bit further, I know it's been done before, it's not like we're pioneering a new venue. It's brilliant, it's well run. I haven't seen a single mouse or rat all week. The dogs around here are friendly, there's a cat that catches everything. It is definitely one of the best venues that I've been to so far. You must come and give it a go.